Statues are designed to be lifeless, frozen in time as symbols of faith and devotion. But what happens when they appear to defy their inanimate nature? In a small church in Mexico, an entire congregation was left in shock when a statue of Jesus Christ, standing at the altar during Mass, seemed to move its head. Some witnesses swore they saw its eyes open for a brief moment, while others claimed its torso shifted slightly. The air inside the church grew thick with tension as believers dropped to their knees, overcome with emotion. Was this a divine sign meant to reinforce the faith of the people, or was it simply a case of misinterpretation, where shadows and light played tricks on the mind? For those who had witnessed it firsthand, the experience was undeniable. Some described a sudden stillness in the room, a shift in the atmosphere moments before the movement occurred. Others recalled the sound of gasps and hurried prayers as people turned to one another in disbelief. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. The priest, caught between awe and skepticism, hesitated before continuing the ceremony, his voice trembling slightly as he addressed the congregation. The church was soon flooded with visitors eager to see the statue for themselves. The event gained attention beyond the small community, sparking discussions about similar occurrences around the world. One such case involved a statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe, a revered figure in Catholicism, which had allegedly been seen shedding tears during a Mass. Parishioners described a shimmering trail of liquid streaming down her face, catching the glow of candlelight as it fell. Some claimed the tears carried the scent of chrism, a sacred oil used in Catholic rites, while others dismissed it as nothing more than condensation. To put the claims to the test, a time-lapse camera was placed before the statue. The recordings captured hours of stillness until something unexplainable occurred. A faint tremor seemed to ripple through the small figure, causing its delicate features to appear momentarily distorted. The footage only deepened the mystery, drawing believers and skeptics alike into heated debates over whether these events were truly miraculous or merely coincidental anomalies. As more people gathered inside the church, whispers of similar events began to surface. Some spoke of the towering Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro, a globally recognized symbol of faith that had recently been at the center of an unusual claim. A video circulating online showed what appeared to be the statue's eyes subtly shifting from side to side. The footage, taken from a distance, captured this movement in a way that seemed almost imperceptible. Yet to those who examined it closely, there was no doubt. The colossal figure's gaze had changed. There are moments when we are confronted with mysteries that defy logic, leaving us searching for answers beyond what science can explain. In times like these, understanding the true significance of these extraordinary events can bring renewed faith. This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook goes into his prophecies and offers insight into what lies ahead. It's available for free in the pinned comment. Grab it now before the edition's gone. Experts analyzing the video suggested that light reflections, changes in atmospheric conditions, or even visual distortions from camera lenses could explain the effect. But those convinced of its authenticity pointed out that the movement seemed deliberate, as if the statue were momentarily observing the world beneath it. Skeptics dismissed the claim as an illusion, but the footage continued to spark debate, adding to the growing list of unexplained religious phenomena. In the city of Saltillo, Mexico, another chilling event unfolded in a historic church. A modest statue of Christ, standing in the dim glow of flickering candles, became the focus of yet another mystery. A congregation gathered for evening mass when a woman in the front pew gasped, clutching the arm of the person beside her. Her eyes widened as she pointed toward the statue. It had been positioned in its usual solemn stance, yet now the carved pupils seemed to be staring directly ahead. At first, many dismissed it as a trick of the light, an illusion caused by the shifting glow of the candles. But as people continued to observe, the sensation intensified. Those present described an overwhelming feeling as if the statue's gaze had locked onto theirs, piercing through them. Some turned away, unable to bear the intensity of the moment. Then, in a movement too precise to be ignored, the statue's eyelids appeared to flutter. The reaction was instant. Some people wept, others whispered prayers, while a few skeptics moved closer, searching for evidence of a hidden mechanism. The phenomenon, caught on a shaky cell phone recording, quickly spread across social media, reaching thousands overnight. Investigators arrived, eager to document the event, but by the time they set up their equipment, the statue remained perfectly still, its expression frozen once more. As the debate around the mysterious statue in Saltillo intensified, new reports emerged of similar events happening elsewhere. In a small town in Spain, a Holy Week procession took an unexpected turn when a revered statue of Christ appeared to tilt its head ever so slightly while being carried through the streets. The movement was captured by several cameras, its subtlety making it even more eerie. At first, it seemed like nothing more than an accidental shift caused by the people carrying the figure. However, when slowed down and analyzed frame by frame, the footage showed something unsettling. The movement did not follow the rhythm of those holding the platform. The video spread rapidly, igniting discussions among believers and skeptics alike. Some were convinced it was a miraculous gesture, a divine acknowledgement of the prayers being offered that day. Others insisted that the slight motion was caused by natural vibrations or the way the weight was distributed on the platform. The church remained neutral, neither confirming nor denying the claims, but the number of people making pilgrimages to see the statue increased dramatically in the weeks that followed. If you're drawn to mysteries like these, don't forget to claim your free copy of our exclusive ebook. Copies are limited, and once they're gone, they're gone. Find it in the first pinned comment. A similar case had previously taken place in another part of the world, involving a statue of the Virgin Mary. During a regular church service, attendees were left stunned when the statue, known for its serene expression, appeared to blink. Those present watched in disbelief as the movement repeated itself, as if the statue was momentarily acknowledging the gathered crowd. The event was quickly recorded and uploaded to social media, spreading beyond the church walls in a matter of hours. Pilgrims traveled from distant towns, eager to witness the phenomenon firsthand. Some approached the statue with reverence, hoping for a sign of divine intervention. Scientists and investigators, on the other hand, arrived with cameras and measuring devices, determined to find an earthly explanation. People have proposed several explanations for the blinking effect: shadows casting over the statue's face, temperature changes that might have slightly altered the statue's substance, and so on. Despite the conflicting opinions, the impact of the event was undeniable. The faithful saw it as a reassurance of the Virgin Mary's presence, a direct response to their prayers. Meanwhile, skeptics continued to dissect the footage, searching for evidence that could disprove what so many had already accepted as a miracle. The reports of inexplicable movements continued to surface, further blurring the line between faith and skepticism. Another incredible occurrence rendered the faithful at the historically significant Church of Santa Ana stunned. It was Good Friday, a day of solemn reflection, and the congregation had gathered as they did every year. At the center of the ceremony stood a statue of Jesus, encased in glass, as it had been for decades. The Mass proceeded as expected, until a ripple of murmurs spread through the crowd. Several attendees claimed that at a certain moment the statue's head tilted forward in a slow, deliberate motion, as if acknowledging the prayers being whispered throughout the church. Initially, only a few noticed, but as more people turned their attention to the figure, the whispers became gasps. The movement, though slight, was undeniable. Some fell to their knees, overwhelmed by what they believed to be a holy sign, while others clutched their rosaries with trembling hands. Despite efforts to remain composed, even the priest conducting the Mass seemed visibly shaken. The event was recorded from multiple angles by those present, leading to an explosion of speculation across social media. Experts were quick to analyze the footage, debating whether the shift in the statue's position was the result of vibrations from the surrounding environment or an illusion caused by the lighting. Regardless of the explanations provided, for those who had witnessed it firsthand, logic could not undo the profound sense of awe they had felt. In another part of the world, a case just as intriguing had drawn similar attention. A statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe in New Mexico had become the center of a captivating mystery after churchgoers noticed an unusual occurrence during Mass. The statue appeared to be weeping. Thin, glistening streaks ran down her sculpted cheeks, catching the candlelight in a way that made them look almost lifelike. The church conducted an investigation, carefully collecting the liquid to determine its origin. With so many inexplicable occurrences around the world, the search for meaning has never been more relevant. If you've ever questioned what lies beyond the scene, our free ebook might offer the clarity you seek. Get yours now. Link in the first comment, before the last ones are gone. Upon analysis, the substance was revealed to be a mixture of olive oil and chrism, the sacred anointing oil used in Catholic rituals. While some sought scientific explanations, believers took it as a sign of divine presence, a message meant to bring people closer to their faith. In the quiet town of El Carmen, Mexico, a small church became the site of a phenomenon that left even the most skeptical observers questioning what they had witnessed. A statue of the Virgin Mary, typically known for its serene and unchanging expression, appeared to shed tears in front of a gathering of worshippers. The liquid streamed down the face of the figure, glistening under the dim glow of candlelight. Word spread quickly, drawing crowds eager to see the miraculous sight for themselves. Among them was Victor Ramos, one of the first witnesses who had come to the church seeking solace after a particularly devastating year. He watched in stunned silence as the tears continued to fall, convinced that he was witnessing a divine call for peace. Others present reported feeling an overwhelming sense of calm wash over them, as if an unseen presence had filled the space. Despite the growing belief in the miracle, skeptics were quick to challenge its authenticity. Some pointed to natural explanations, suggesting that changes in temperature and humidity might have caused condensation to form on the statue's surface. Professor Luigi Garlascelli, a researcher known for his investigations into religious phenomena, proposed that certain porous materials could absorb moisture from the air and later release it in a way that mimicked the appearance of tears. However, even with these scientific arguments, many refused to accept the idea that what they had witnessed was anything less than extraordinary. The Vatican took notice, sending a team of experts to analyze the event, much like they had done in previous cases of alleged religious miracles. Similar instances had been reported in Argentina years before, where a statue of the Virgin Mary had displayed identical weeping patterns. The Church remained cautious, neither confirming nor denying the possibility of divine intervention. Instead, officials emphasized the spiritual impact of such occurrences, stating that whether miraculous or not, these events had the power to strengthen faith and bring people together. Meanwhile, across the ocean in Seville, Spain, another case surfaced. During Holy Week in 2019, a statue of Jesus at Siete Palabras, displayed an eerie movement that was difficult to ignore. Unlike previous cases where movements were attributed to visual illusions, this particular statue's head appeared to tilt slightly in a slow, measured motion, as if reacting to the solemn chants that echoed through the cathedral. Witnesses held their breath, watching intently as the figure seemed momentarily alive before settling back into stillness. Each new case adds to the growing mystery, leaving more questions than answers. If you're fascinated by events that challenge what we think we know, make sure to grab your free copy of our ebook while it's still available. Check the first pinned comment before it's too late. The case in Seville was not the only one to stir controversy. In Cleveland, Ohio, another extraordinary event took place inside the Perpetual Adoration Chapel at the Lady of the Angels Parish. A lifelike statue of Jesus Christ, admired for its striking craftsmanship, became the center of attention when a video surfaced showing its eyes shifting with an almost human intensity. The footage, taken by two devout believers who had been deep in prayer, showed the statue's gaze slowly moving upward before returning to its original position. As the video spread online, reactions ranged from disbelief to awe. Some viewers speculated that the level of detail in the statue's eyes was so high that it might have created the illusion of movement under certain lighting conditions. Others insisted that what they had seen was no illusion, arguing that the expression of the statue had momentarily changed, as though responding to those in prayer. While some dismissed the event as a mere trick of light and perception, the parish reported an influx of visitors, drawn by the possibility of witnessing something beyond human explanation. Beyond the United States, reports of weeping statues continued to surface. In Honduras, a family claimed that a small Virgin Mary statue, which had been in their possession since 2014, had started crying without warning. At first, they believed it was a simple case of moisture accumulation, but as they wiped the tears away, new droplets would appear. The family, overwhelmed by the experience, reached out to their local church, which later moved the statue to a more accessible location so that others could see it for themselves. If this message makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. Meanwhile, in Mexico, another case reignited the debate. A statue of Jesus, prominently displayed in a church, allegedly blinked and moved its lips during a mass. The footage captured by worshippers showed slight yet deliberate motions, fueling speculation about the possibility of divine intervention. Some suggested that the statue might contain hidden mechanical elements, though no such mechanisms were found upon closer examination. Others pointed to spiritual explanations, believing the movement to be a sign meant for the faithful. Whether these events are genuine miracles or simply unexplained phenomena, they continue to inspire debate among believers and skeptics alike. Each new report adds another layer to the mystery, ensuring that the fascination with religious statues remains as strong as ever.